Good morning, boys and girls. Hello, friends. How are you? I'm very happy to see you. Greet your neighbor. Boogie on down. Give a jump and turn around. Good morning. I wonder if you still do that song with me. I hope you do. All right. Well, boys and girls, on Monday, we talked about our last letter of the week, right? Do you remember our letter of the week? Z, Z, Z. Zeke the zebra says Z, Z, Z. That's right. Well, today we are going to be talking about something else, and our friend Dimples has some exciting news he would like to share. And I think it will help us with what we're going to learn about. So, Dimples, come on out. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, Mrs. Dana. Good morning, Dimples. What is your news? Well, boys and girls, I went to meet Duke. You know my friend Duke. I went to meet him at the park yesterday and he wasn't there. So I went to his doghouse and I knocked and I said, Duke, come out and play. And he said, sorry, Dimples, I can't play today. I have a brand new baby doggy sister. Can you believe it, Mrs. Dana? Duke is a big brother. He has a puppy, and her name, it's a girl, Mrs. Dana, is Daisy. Oh, Dimples, that's exciting that he has a baby sister dog, which is called a puppy, and her name is Daisy. Does she look like Duke, Dimples? Oh no, Mrs. Dana, how could a baby look like Duke? And anyway, it's a girl. Well, that's true, Dimples. Puppies are smaller, right? When you were a baby, you were smaller. But it is a girl, so it wouldn't look just like Duke. But they're in the same family, so they may look not the same, but they may look similar. Maybe they have the same nose or the same spots on their fur. Just like sometimes brothers and sisters may look a little bit similar. Well, that's true, Mrs. Dana. I guess I didn't think about that. I'll have to find out because I haven't seen her yet. But exciting news! Woo! That is Dimples. Thank you for sharing that news. And actually, Dimples, I'm going to have to put hi Dimples because Raider is here with me for school today. He wanted to be part of school. And he likes to chew Dimples. So we had to hide Dimples. We don't want that to happen. But boys and girls, speaking of Dimple's big news with his friends having a puppy, that kind of goes along with what we're going to talk about. And that is animals, baby animals, and farm animals for the rest of this week, today and Friday. Now, what time of the year, what season do you boys and girls think a lot of animals are born? Remember, we have 4 seasons, right? We have fall, winter, spring, and summer. And right now we are in the season of spring. So when do you think many baby animals are born? If you said spring, you are right. Spring, I remember we talked about this when we talked about spring. Spring is an exciting time of growth and birth, and a lot of animals are born in the spring. So when you go outside to play today, if it becomes nicer out, I think it is, the sun's shining through my window right now, you will probably hear a lot of birds chirping. And you may see yesterday, my mom and I saw when we were sitting on her deck up in the tree, we saw a nest. So you might start to see some nests and start to see some baby animals or hear some baby animals being born. So that is pretty exciting. Now, let me see here. a little poem for you about baby animals. Okay, and a lot of times our poems rhyme. Sometimes they do not, but this is a rhyming poem. It's called Baby Animals Poem. So listen, maybe you will hear the rhymes. Baby animals soft and sweet, tiny mouths, eyes still asleep. Some have feathers, some have fur, so brand new they hardly stir. That means wiggle. Baby animals, oh so small, come in spring, we love them all. Did you hear some rhymes? I hope so. Let's hear it one more time. Baby animals soft and sweet, tiny mouths, eyes still asleep. Some have feathers, some have fur, so brand new they hardly stir. Baby animals, oh so small, come in spring, we love them all. If we were at school, we would put this poem on a big chart paper, right? And practice it, and then put it in our cozy corner, and you boys and girls would learn to remember that poem and read that poem. So for now, we'll just listen. I'm going to ask you some animals, and I would like you to tell me if you know what the baby animal is called. So what would a baby cat be called? Kitten. You're right. This one you're going to know because Dimples just talked about it. What would a baby dog be called? Puppy. All right, now these might get a little trickier, but I think you might know this one. What do you think a baby cow would be called? A calf? And what about a baby sheep? Oh, a lamb. That's right. How about a baby duck? That would be a duckling. And this I think is the hardest one. Do you know what a baby hen is called? Ch, ch. A baby hen is called a chick. Some baby animals look so much like their mommy and daddy animals. Some baby animals do not look like their mommy and daddy animals, or they don't look the way they are going to look when they grow up. Wow, friends. I would like to talk a little bit about farms. What kind of animals do you think you would see on a farm? I'm going to put up a barn on our easel. Hope you can see that. And next to the barn, I'm going to put up, does anybody know what that is? A silo. And a silo stores corn. I'll put that right next to my barn. All right, what kind of animals might you see on a barn or in a farm or on a farm? Do you think you might see a horse on a farm? I think so. Ah, sorry, Raider. Raider is getting a little crazy. Sorry about that, friends. Do you think you might see a duck on a farm? You might. Many farms have ponds, so ducks would be in the pond. Oh, what about a lot of times farms are muddy. What animal is in the mud, likes to roll in the mud? Pigs. You might see a pig in a farm. Ooh, what animals have wool for fur that you can make sweaters and clothes from? A sheep. You might see sheep on a farm. There's a farm that's not too far away from where I am living, and they have tons and tons of sheep. All right. Ooh, what kind of animal provides a drink for us? cow. A cow provides milk for us. Milk comes from a cow. All right, friends, and what kind of animal wakes up the farmer and all the farm animals with a loud cock-a-doodle-doo? A rooster. That's right. Wow. All right. So farms are very busy places where cows and sheep and roosters and pigs and horses and ducks and dogs and cats might live, and even goats live on farms. That's right. They're a busy place. Okay. And farms provide a lot of very important things for us, right? What does a farm provide for us? Food, right? When we go into Wegmans and we might pick some of our fruits and vegetables, where do they come from? They're not grown at Wegmans. They're grown in a farm, right? So I went through my refrigerator. Don't have a lot. What I love to get at the farm is corn on the cob. That's my absolute favorite food, but we have to wait until summer. But I do have a lot of vegetables. I don't know if you can see, this one is asparagus. Okay, that is grown on a farm. And here I have my tomatoes. Tomatoes are grown on a farm. And then they're sent to grocery stores where they can be packaged in containers like this. So any fruit or vegetable that grows from the ground comes from a farm. Even our bread, some of our ingredients like wheat to make a bread grows on a farm. Okay. What about cookies? Would cookies be grown on a farm? And candy and chips, crackers? No, they're not grown on a farm. Anything that's in a package, it's called processed, it's in a package like this, wouldn't be grown on a farm, okay? But if you're eating something just as it is or just as it was grown, chances are it was probably grown on a farm. And we know, we just said how important our milk comes from cows, which are on dairy farms. So farms and animals are very important. What else? What do chickens provide for us? Well, they lay eggs that we buy at Wegmans or Tops. So eggs come from chickens, which are grown on a farm. Okay, and some of our meats come from animals that are grown on the farm too. Like hamburger comes from a cow, and bacon and ham comes from a pig. So things that we eat come from farms. Very important. Okay, well, friends, I would like to read you a funny story about, it's not really about a farm, but it is about a cow. And it's just kind of silly. And I thought I would end our lesson with a silly little story. Okay, this is called Cows Can't Fly. That is our title. And our author is David Milgrom. He wrote this story. He must be funny. Okay, look at the pictures. How can you tell that the cows are in the sky? Do you see some clouds to give you a clue? Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen cows that fly? No. So do you think this book is about something that really happens, or is it just a silly make-believe book? It's just a make-believe book. And those sometimes are the best. Okay, cows can't fly, but I don't care. One day I drew some in the air. Just trying to switch this so that's not too bright here. Why, that's absurd. That means silly, my father said. Why don't you draw some birds instead? But then like magic came a breeze that grabbed my cows and shook the trees. Oh my goodness. And in a breath before my eyes, my flying cows were flying high. So his picture came to life? Oh, goodness. My drawing flew off far away, but where it went I cannot say. And what have we here? Hmm, the cows that are on the ground are checking out the picture. What do you think they are thinking? Next thing I knew, to my surprise, a flock of cattle fluttered by. Oh my goodness, they're flying. They looked at the picture and they decided to give it a try. And if you see a bunch of cows, it's called a cattle. They flapped and flew and filled the sky, quite unaware that cows can't fly. They're flapping their arms. How silly is that? What would you do if you looked out your window and cows were flying? I ran inside and told my dad, but he thought I was raving mad. Cows can't fly. He's sleeping. I'd love to see a flying cow, my mother said, but not just now. Looks like Mom is fixing something with her drill and safety glasses. Look in the window. What do you see? A cow flying by. My grandma said, if cows can fly, then why, pray tell, can't you and I? You don't see me flying, do you? Grandma's a community helper. What does she do? She delivers the mail. Miss Crum said cows were far too fat, that facts were facts, and that was that. She said, no, cows cannot fly, they stay on the ground. But while she's saying that, what's happening out the window? The cow is flying. And everyone I told downtown was much too busy looking down. So they are all looking down, doing their different community helper jobs, and they don't even notice. They're not looking up. They don't see the flying cows. So no one saw the cows but me, but what a sight they were to see. And when they left, I grabbed my pen and sat right down to draw again. Okay, that's perfect. Now hold still. What is he drawing? It's like he's drawing a dog. It looks a little bit like Dimples. If Dimples wasn't a puppet and he had legs. Because if cows can soar the sky, who knows what else might start to fly? Walrus, a rhinoceros, a giraffe. I don't know. What do you think he is? I'm not sure. So that boy thinks what? If he draws them, that his drawing might come to life and then these animals could fly? Oh my, oh my. What about him? Maybe he could fly. The end. Give a whisper, give a shout. This story is all told out. So friends, that is a fun story that uses our imagination. So when you are outside today, if you go outside today, I want you to look up in the sky, see if there's any cows flying. Maybe you'll see some birds, right? I want you to listen and look to see on the trees and in the ground if you see some baby animals. And if you are kind of bored and you have a piece of paper and some crayons or markers, I would love for you to draw an animal, maybe a baby animal, or any picture that you would love to come to life. All right, and then tell me about it. All right, or take a picture and send it to me. I would love to know what kind of animal you would draw or what picture you would draw that you would love to come alive. Okay. Thursday, we're going to talk a little bit more about some animals, baby animals. And in that, we're also going to do some counting and some number writing. All right, and then I'll have some activities for you for that. I also have a very exciting surprise to show you on Thursday. And it has to do a little bit with baby animals, okay? I did not get another puppy. Nope, 2 dogs is enough for Mrs. Dana. But it's something that we're going to kind of share together on our computer. So make sure you tune in. Did I say Thursday? Boys and girls, I meant Friday. I forgot to say today is Wednesday. So on Friday, you'll get the exciting news, or you will see it. Okay. I'm also going to put some links to some other fun stories in a song that you can watch after my video. All right. So, boys and girls, have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.